Well, hello, folks. Preacher again. How you doing? Subscribe now, and it'll be really good for me and good for you. Anyhow, tonight I want to talk about friends. All right. You know, a lot of you people out there probably think you had a lot of friends. Okay, but friends you develop when you're in a maximum security penitentiary. You develop a camaraderie with people that not that many. I mean, 4 or 5 people at the most, maybe 6 or 7, but that you can truly call your friend. I mean, a guy that'll put his life on the line to save yours. All right. A friend is a guy that, like, say you get in a wreck with somebody. All right, and you're wrong. Say you robbed the guy and he's trying to kill you. All right. Well, I'm gonna step up because I'm your friend, and I'm gonna maybe get more time or maybe get killed myself. You know, but when it's over, you and I are going to have a problem, but you're my friend, so I'm going to step up no matter what, right or wrong. I'm going to step up because I know that he's going to step up for me if the shoe were on the other foot. A good example of somebody that's truly your friend. You show up at their house at 2 o'clock in the morning, knock on the door, and the guy tells you, look, there's a body in my trunk, man, I need some help. Now, I'm going to make a face, like, man. But the next words out of my mouth are going to be, come on in, let me get dressed, and we'll deal with this. I'm not going to gripe at you. I'm not going to bitch at you. I'm not going to do none of that shit when we get in the car and we're going to dispose of this corpse. I'm going to say what happened, and expect the truth, and then, we're going to go out and we're going to deal with it because I'm your friend. I never use the term friend lightly. If I tell you I'm your friend, I am. And I'm going to be there no matter what. If you need help, I once stepped to my crime partner, Beto. We had a riot in Quentin in 1981. It was the biggest riot in San Quentin's history. But this guy, Leotis Washington, I seen him zero in on Beto. Now, Beto had killed his father in Folsom Penitentiary back in the late 60s, early 70s. All right. And Cleotis, he was coming for Beto. I could see it. Now, Cleotis and I, we were okay. I mean, him and I spoke, and we were on a casual, respectful level. But when I see him coming, now this is a big old dude, all right? And when he started coming through the crowd, I thought I was strong enough, because I was in pretty good shape, to grab his arm and not let him do this, all right? But what happened was this. I grabbed his arm and I seen that I couldn't keep him. Beto was handling 2 dudes at the time. Beto's a little skinny dude, all right? But he's a warrior, okay? And what I did is I stepped in front of the knife. Alright, and Cleo stabbed me. The knife went into me and got me on the hip bone, and the tip broke off. And right then, 4 guys that were my friends was on him, stabbing him, and he was dead before he hit the ground. Alright. What happened next was I was backing up and I was looking, and my one friend was saying, don't take it out, preacher. Don't pull it out. I couldn't leave this piece of foreign metal inside of me, and I pulled it out. When I did, my intestines fell out in the yard. Well, I was 22 or something like that, and I said, okay, I'm going to die. At least I thought, probably. What happened is my friends picked me up and carried me over by the yard door, told the sergeant what happened. The sergeant said, put him down and get away from the door. Because the gunner's out there shooting people, it was madness, all right? So when they left the door, the sergeant reached out and grabbed me by the ankle and pulled me in the door. I didn't see my friends again until I got to the federal system. All right, because they were picked up before I was. I was in the hospital 2 months, and I had to stay at Quentin for another year or so because I had picked up more time at Quentin behind some stuff that happened a while back before that. All right, so I was in Quentin a little bit longer than they were, and I got picked up by the feds and went right. But those men are my friends. All right, and it's not so much that they were criminals like I was. It's that I know that Beto would have done the same for me. I have no doubt. Your friend will back you up no matter what. Right or wrong, he or she is there for you without even thinking about it. They will always put you before themselves as you'll put them before you. Alright? And in an environment to where you could jump up, I mean, in an environment to where you carry your boots and your knife to the shower when you go. In an environment to where you're laying there in your bed all night, and if that door opens, you're up. I mean, I still get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to this very day. Because you get up at 4 in the morning, the door don't open till 5:30, but you have your coffee, you get high if you got dope, you smoke a cigarette, you get your boots on, and when the door opens, you step out to see what's going on. Did anything happen during the night that's going to be a problem? You know, and if it did, it's time to rock and roll. Alright? It's a stressful living. But like I've told you in other videos, we always found a way to have fun. We always found a way to do whatever it was we wanted to do. I mean, you wasn't going to get a woman, but you could get anything else you wanted if you had the money. Or if you had the means to get what you had to get. Alright? Anyway, I told you all that to tell you this. Alright? We were robbing a bank in downtown LA. I forget what the name of the bank was, but it was a tall skyscraper. Now, unbeknownst to us, DEA, FBI, ATF, all three of their main offices were on the 5th floor. Alright? Well, I'm standing on the counter with a sawed-off shotgun that was only 18 inches end to end. Alright? And I'm screaming. And all of a sudden I hear, "Freeze, FBI." I look down, and there's this FBI agent standing there with a .38 revolver, and he's pointing it at me. And I'm looking at him, and Red comes up behind him with a pump shotgun, and he says, "Freeze, FBI hater." So I reach down and I get the guy's pistol out of his hand. And Red tells the guy, "Take a look around, punk, because I've been waiting all my life for an opportunity like this, and I'm going to blow your brains all over that counter." And I say, "Hold it, bro. Hang on a minute, man. Don't do this." Alright? Beto is doing the tellers, and my other two crime partners have taken the manager to the vault. Alright? Okay, Beto comes around the corner and he's going, "Look, bro, they will hunt us down and they will murder us, and they will never, ever stop." You know? And the FBI is just saying, "Listen to your crime partners, man. I'm telling you, listen to your crime partners. This is the truth," alright? So, my other two crime partners come out of the vault and they got a whole grip of money. But Beto hasn't gotten anything from the tellers. All their money is still sitting up on the counter. Alright? One of my other crime partners, he was also brand. He came around and he had more rank than Red, and he said, "We ain't got time for this right now. Red said, let's take him with us. Please don't take this away from me." Well, Tyler said, "Look, we ain't got time for this. Let it go, Red. Let's go." So we leave. Now, for 20 years, Red would tell people the story, and he would say, "They took that away from me." And Red never did get out of prison. He died in the ADX in Florence, Colorado of a heart attack. Okay? Now, Red, he was just one of them kind of guys that just he hated the FBI, any kind of cop, really. He just hated, all right? So anyhow, 25 years later, I'm standing in front of a Long's drugstore in Newport Beach, and I'm panhandling. I ain't been out of prison very long, and I'm panhandling because I'm looking at this bank that's down the street, all right? So I'm playing it off like a panhandling. This guy walks up to me, and he says, Joseph Gregory, 762-74012. And I look at him and I go, maybe. And he says, you saved my life 25 years ago. He said, what are you doing up here? I said, how did I save your life? And he told me his name, and he was a special agent from the FBI, and he was retired, you know. So I told him, okay, I remember that, you know. And he opened his wallet, and he gave me everything he had. He gave me a business card with his phone number, and he said, I owe you, and so do my grandkids. Whatever you need, give me a call. He goes, this is all I got right now. $600 and some change, which was okay with me. Okay, so anyhow, he left, but I never called him and asked for anything else because I didn't want to be in contact with a federal agent, even though he was retired. I mean, once a cop, always a cop. Anyway, poor Red died in the penitentiary, and I did take that away from him. All right, but if he would have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here making this video. I would still be in prison, and I would have never, ever gotten out. Anyway, people, so before you ever call somebody friend, make damn sure that he is, or she is, and make damn sure they understand what the word means, and make damn sure they understand that you're always going to be there for them. That being said, this is Preacher saying, subscribe to my channel, watch for my book in around December. God bless, and take it easy, folks. Good night.